I believe that we're ready for our presentation about time management from a official Tony Robbins University trainer, senior leader and trainer from the Tony Robbins organization, and our very own Alexandra DeGrave. Alexandra. Oh, wow.
Come on, play full out. What is time?
Precious.
What's precious? What else? Come on, let's play. The more we play, the more we learn.
TikTok.
What is it?
TikTok.
Money.
TikTok? Time is money? Okay,
Time is the sequential passage of consciousness.
very good, very good. Well, time is really an emotion. When you're a little kid and you're set in the corner for 5 minutes, emotionally that could be a year. It will drive a child crazy. That emotion of having to sit in the corner. I think you can understand that one. And yet, when Christmas or Hanukkah comes around, before the bills are paid, it's come around again. So emotionally, time is moving. There really isn't 24 hours. It's how much time and fun you're having with the emotion. Have you ever noticed when you're doing something that you really, really enjoy, that you've lost time? Or if you're traveling, you're having so much fun, you don't care about time. And yet, if you've got a project you have to do, time is moving so fast. Because it's an emotional state. And that's one of the things I want to show you before we can go into a time management program, is how you can get more time in your life. If you're having fun and you're playing full out and you're doing what you want to do, then you'll be able to have more time. Because if you're enjoying yourself, time doesn't matter. There are people that retire from their business, like Bill Gates, who would work for free because he loves what he does. So why can't you love what you're doing? And the answer might be because you're doing a lot of to-do lists that aren't what you want to be doing. If you're doing what you want versus doing what you have to do, then you're looking at the wrong list. So how can we change that? Well, the very first thing I have to put up here was, what are my outcomes? What is it that I want? Before you ever go into a meeting, or if you're going to talk with somebody, just ask them straight out, what is the outcome we want? Because if you know what your outcome is, that 2-hour meeting might be only 10 minutes, because you can get to the point. So the number one thing you need to know is your outcome. What are the results that you want to get? So when you're thinking you're doing a to-do list, the first thing you want to know is, what is the outcome I want? And we'll go into that more in a little bit, and I won't take a lot of your time, because this is probably a 10-week course for sure, and I'm going to try to do it in 20 or 30 minutes, okay, or less. So the first thing we know is emotion is what time is. The value that we give what we're doing is time. So your first thing is, what are you focusing on when you're making that time element? So you want to know whether or not it's something that drives you, makes you happy, excites you. Give it juice. What focus are you giving it? Did you know when you're driving out in the desert, say go into Palmdale, all right, that you'll see telephone poles with nothing around them, nothing, and yet they've got dents on them. Because where focus goes, energy flows. So they're, yes?
Is it bad to have money as a focus? I mean,
We'll go into that. That can be fine, but we're going to have more deeper question than that. And that's another thing. You want a better answer? Ask a better question. If you're not getting the answers you want, ask a better question. Questions are the value that will drive your life, that will make your life better. So the very first thing you want to do is, what is your focus? What are you focusing on? Are you focusing on money? money isn't really what you want. What is the things money will do for you? So I want to win $1 million. I can give you money. I'll give you $1. Now you've got more money. So is money really what you want? So how much money is the focus of what you want? But then is money really what you want? Or is it the things that it will do for you? So I say I want to win $1 million. So I get $1 million. So what? Now I got $1 million. But what will that $1 million do? It will help my children get a better education. It will help them learn how to feed people that don't have as much. It will do all these different things. So your focus is what you really are looking for when you're making your to-do list. But you're not going to do a to-do list because it's wasting your time. So focus. Then the language that you're using. What are you saying to yourself? Those are called incantations. Incantations. Or are they called incantations? Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I don't do or not. That takes too much time. Oh, I never make any money because it's not what I do. Oh, I tried everything. It never works. It never works. Those are called incantations. And you know what? They're true. Every one of those statements are true. Because as long as you're subliminal telling your brain you can't do those things, you're 100% right. Have you ever been asked to go, let's just say, get the salt out of the cabinet? Go get the salt for me, honey. Can you go get it? It's in the cabinet on the right-hand side. Can you get it? You say, I don't see it there. It's in the cabinet. Just go and look. It's in there. No, I don't see it. It's not there. I can't find it. It's not there. So then you come over and you go, look, it's there all the time. That is called an incantation. Was it there? Was it there?
Yes, it was there.
It was there. But what happened was your brain listened to your language and it said, you don't see it. There's things in front of our eyes all the time, but we refuse to see them because we're giving ourselves incantations. So you need to change your incantations to incantations. I can do this. I can do this. Incantation. Everybody with me? Anybody falling asleep here? Okay. Any questions so far? All right. We're still playing full out, right?
How do I change an incantation into an incantation?
That's your belief system. And those are the language and the focus that you're giving it and the questions you're asking yourself. And we'll get into that, into the 5 questions there. Also, your state. What state are you in? Are you in a state of depression? I can't do anything. I don't want to do it. It never works for me. Every time I door knock, every time I do this, it never works. It's incantations. Perhaps what you're doing is something that's not on the list of things that you'd like to do. So what we need to find out is, what is your outcome? Your outcome, let's say in business, is to make more money. So I give you a quarter, you've made more money. So the question would be, how much money? That would be another question. What would that money do for me? Now we're getting to the outcome of what is it that you really, really want. And when you know what you really, really want, now you can change your incantation into an incantation. And we're going to do a little exercise here in a little while so that you can visualize and see. So that's one of the other things too. Your focus is your visualization. Knowing what you want, seeing it. Have you ever bought a car that you thought you were buying that was really unique and that there wasn't many on the road? And suddenly you get it and every car that's going down the road looks exactly like your car? And yet before, that was one of the reasons you got it, was because it was different. Everybody's been there before. You've seen that, where you wanted something or you saw a commercial on TV and you thought, wow, that's the first time I've seen that, and then suddenly you constantly see it because now you focused in and you have a visual on it. Well, you have to have a visualization. So focus, the language you're using is the incantations. What are you telling yourself? I can't do this. This also, if you believe in the law of attraction, which I live by and also teach, is also how things happen for you. What are you telling yourself? What are you attracting? What comes to you? If you say, I always have bad luck, then you will, that's what you're driving you. What is driving you? What's making it work for you? Focus your state. What state are you in? Are you in a state of constant fear? Oh, I couldn't have that. If I had that, I would be so upset because I wouldn't be able to do these things. So you live in fear. And when you live in fear, you do things to counteract that. So it would make you feel good. Like maybe you'll go have a cigarette, or maybe you'll go shopping. Because you live in fear of, I can't get a client, and I don't know, well, what if I did get a client? Then I wouldn't know what to do with them, so it's easier for me just to sit in front of the TV, or it's easier for me to go have 5 hamburgers in one sitting. It's easier. It's easier to do that than it is to focus on the vision of the outcome of what it is you really, really want. And that's why we're here today, is to find out what it is you want, ask yourself better questions, and then what we're going to do is concentrate 5% on the problem. And 5% of a problem, we're usually concentrating on 95% of the problem, when really only 5% is the problem, and the rest of it is your fear or your imagination. You know, a person who lives in fear is constantly in depression or scared and is not allowing themselves to do anything. Whereas a person who's a champion who says, this is what I need to do, this is my outcome, they can move on. So if you want to live a life of stress, then concentrate on the 95%, when really 5% is the problem. So now let's get to how to do RPM. One of the things is managers and people that are in business, they constantly are creating activity, busy activity, to constantly feel like they're doing something. So they may be, I keep using door knocking for whatever reason, but you can use whatever you would like. So they're doing door knocking, they're really walking up to a gate and going, oh, nobody's home, and leaving a flyer there, and then coming back and saying, well, I did my activity, but it didn't work. Well, is it an activity or is it results? So you need to have the results that you want. So maybe that activity is not something you want to have in your arsenal of things that you love to do. Find something else you love to do. Maybe it's networking. Maybe it's going to parties and meeting people and enjoying life. There's so many ways to be creative, to meet people, I'm talking in business, to make your life desirable. So make a profit. Do you want to make a profit and transfer the quality of your life? Or do you just want to do busy work that's not doing anything for you, but you're constantly working, constantly stressing, constantly in fear, because if I go broke, I go broke, I go broke, I have nothing. And I'm doing all this stuff, I'm busy every day, don't throw more stuff on me, I can't handle it, gotta go have a cigarette. Okay? And by the way, those people who do smoke, and I don't know anybody in here who does or doesn't, when you're smoking, one of the reasons why you're smoking is because you're taking deep breaths. And when you take deep breaths and you inhale, you're putting oxygen in your body, and it goes to your brain, it feeds your brain, and it makes you feel better.
I thought that was the nicotine.
Well, the nicotine is why you go back. But the reason that people can quit just like that if they choose to is because they let their emotional pain go away and they found other things to do. So if you want to bypass that, whenever you're feeling a little stressed, get up from your chair, stand up, take a deep, deep breath. Take like 10 deep breaths. And you do it from your lower belly. Okay? You don't, see, because you have to make room for all of your intestines and stuff to be able to expand too. So you do deep breaths from your lower belly, really deep, open it up, and you'll be amazed how much better you feel. Now I'm getting off track, but I wanted to make sure you understood why people feel good when they smoke. It's not because of the smoking, it's because they're getting air, oxygen to the brain. All right, so getting back on track, focus, state, and language, incantations. So what we're going to do now is learn how to do chunking. So there's 5 C's that you need to remember when you're doing this 5 master steps. What RPM stands for is results, purpose, and I've got notes for you guys. So results, purpose with massive action. So we have 5 things here that you're going to need, the 5 C's. And the first one is going to be capture. What is it that you want? Your capture. So what do you usually do now when you have a thought about something I want to do, something you want to do? What is it that how do you record it? What do you have? Anybody?
What are you saying? Something that we want?
Yeah, so thought comes into your head like, oh, I should do that. That's a great idea. You want to capture it. What are you doing now to capture your idea?
Jot it down in a notebook.
In a notebook, okay? Anybody using their iPhone, iPad?
Yes.
Write it, okay. So do you have notes all over the place, or are they all centered in one to-do list?
As a board.
Where are they?
All over the place.
All over the place. Okay, so what you want to do is have a journal that's going to be your RPM. And I actually, if the office wants to, or if you're interested, I have this journal which gives you how to do everything, your driving force, the questions and everything. They want to make a copy of this. Anybody who asks for it, then you're welcome to use it. It's dated 2003 because it's just a sample. Right. But you'll get the idea. And it has the questions on there you'll need to know. What are your driving forces? Also, I have these 2 things for you. One is for business, one is for personal, with a lot of samples in it so that you can do the questions. And if you have any questions about it, I'll be glad to work with you, help you get it. Once you learn RPM and understand how it works, you're going to want to always do it because your life is going to become incredible. It's going to be so much easier. When you look at a to-do list, it's like looking at an elephant and all these things you got to do, and then you got to swallow it. Whereas the RPM gives you chunks, and so you can do it all, but it's not overwhelming. Okay? Yes?
Would you be willing to handle, let's say, a group of 5 people who wanted to go through this
Absolutely,
step-by-step process?
absolutely. In fact, I was even going to do a night class at my house and put it on a webcam so that everybody else wanted to see it if they wanted to do that.
That's awesome.
You know, so it would be like some Thursday night after I get back from my vacation. Okay, so let's get back to RPM. First we know focus, state, and emotion. Time is emotion. And that the first thing you want to do is capture. So the thought, or whatever it is that you have in your head that is like something that juices you. Like, oh, if I could do that, I wouldn't care how many hours I'd work. I would love to do that. If I could go to Spain, if I could go to Barcelona. See, we don't want to just go to Spain. We want to go to Barcelona, and we want to stay on the Rambla. And if I could be there and I could have a sangria, now I'm juiced. I've got goosebumps. Now I know what I want from my outcome. I even know where I want to stay. It's La Rambla in Barcelona. And it's so exciting. And you can feel it. You know it. You feel it. Oh. And there's a car I want. Oh, but it's not just any car. It's a Jaguar. One of those real expensive ones. Oh, I can see myself sitting in it now. I can feel it. I visualize it. Oh, it's not just any car. It's silver, and it's got these beautiful seats. It's even got, everybody's got their own individual videos that you can watch. Just to almost taste it. Oh, I could go to Sicily and I could taste the lasagna from Sicily. Yes, right there. I've been there. Okay? And this is what juices you. This is what I'm trying to explain. When you capture, it's not, oh, I'll go door knocking. No. I'm going to go door knocking because I love it. Because I've got 10 people that are waiting out there that need my help. And if I could help them, then I could get them a better life. And then their kids would be so happy. They want to use me too. And oh my God, what's holding me back? My incantations. I can't do that. I can't because I'm living in fear. And that fear is costing me everything I want. There goes my car. Jaguar's gone. Barcelona, bye-bye. Everything's vanishing. It's going away. It's disappearing. Why? Because of my language. Nobody else's language is telling me I can't do that. Because only you can choose to believe what you hear. When you ask somebody for advice, it's because you just want to hear if they're going to confirm what you already know you want. How many times have people told you something, you did something completely different because you already knew what you wanted? You just wanted confirmation. So your incantations, your language, your focus, your vision, that vision is what's going to guide you. So, capture, all right? Capture. And you need to put it in this little booklet here, which is going to give you the questions that you're going to need to be able to capture it even stronger. All right, so then the next thing is going to be create. And create is the biggest one here because that's RPM. Create an RPM. RPM. Okay, creating an RPM is going to be, slow down, I'm so excited, sorry. I get myself worked up over this. Anyway, when you create an RPM, you need to ask yourself the question, the power of the results, the focus that you want. The first question is results. What is my outcome? Before you do anything, you have to ask that question. What is the results? Now, I know what my results are right now because I've made notes to make sure that I made sure that you had everything that you needed in your arsenal at this time. So the first thing you want to have is your results, the outcome. What is it that you want? Okay, and sometimes people think that could take 10 hours, but it might only take a few minutes once you realize what is the outcome you want. It's not about the money, it's about the things that can bring for you. It's money is a source. There are many sources. You have to allow yourself open. I teach people in the law of attraction that when you focus on one thing, that I'm only going to get it this way, I say, look at a fly when it's on a piece of glass. And it's banging its head and it's banging its head because it only is going one way. And yet it could turn around and there's so many options, so many ways that you can do. The same thing in your business. If you're focusing on only one way to do business, there are so many options to you. And Bill Gates, he went to Harvard. And he had the option to continue going to school. But like a fly, he was beating his head against the wall, and he flunked out. But the truth of the matter is, he went to DOS or Windows, created Windows, and he found so many other options to him to make his life magnificent. So you have options too. There's so many ways. You could go, instead of door knocking, go to businesses and say, hey, you got people here you work with. How can I serve you? Have people come to you and you take them, have them serve me. There are so many ways. There's more than one way to door knock. So you need to look at options. So first thing you want is, what is your outcome? Now that you know what your outcome is, what is the purpose? What is the purpose of your outcome? What drives you? What makes you want to go? Okay, so your purpose is your driving force. Okay? Does everybody understand your driving force? It's what juices you. It's what got me so excited when I'm standing here going, oh, I want to go to Spain. No, I want to go to Barcelona. No, I want to be on the Rambla. And then I'm getting myself all juiced up. It's my purpose. It's why. My why. First, I want to know what. Then I want to know why. Now I got to create a map. Massive action. What is my massive action? What is going to juice me, make me go, and now I'm going to start mapping it. Okay, so when we do the mapping, you're figuring out, how can I make this happen for me? How can I make this happen so I'm going to love what I'm doing? Any questions?
Yeah, map it out, show me.
I'll be right with you on that.
I have a question, how this intersects with what you're talking. When you're doing the same thing and getting the same results, which is, let's say, very little results, will this shift that?
We'll get there.
Okay.
All your questions will be answered. I'm just doing this in the C orders that we need. So we're gonna go to, that was RPM. So you're gonna do results, purpose, with massive action. And your massive action is going to be involved in here too with the questions you're going to ask. And I have a whole series of homework questions for all of you lucky people. Because when these questions are asked, you're going to be able to understand more of what your true vision is, of what you really what really drives you, what you really want in life, and what you really want to do. Okay, fair enough? All right. So then the next one would be the power of chunking, and that might answer your question for you, Regina. Chunking. However, anyway, chunky. Anyway, chunking is, all right, you got this thing to do here, got this thing to do here, got this thing over here, got this thing, I got 100 of these things here, all over, okay? Okay, there, get the other one here. I got some more over here, here. This is my to-do list, okay? So there's my to-do list. I've got 100 things today I got to do. I'm in overwhelm. I'm completely overwhelmed. I'm in the 95% of the crazy when 5% is really the situation. All right? So we're going to go here. All right, so this here is me taking care of the kids. That's the kids. Okay? This over here is going to be doing errands. Okay? Driving around. Okay. This over here is my business. And this over here is my personal stuff. Now, I don't have a whole great big elephant. I just have chunks. So I can bite off the chunks a lot easier. So when I bite off the chunks, I'm going to take those and see the star here? I put a star in these chunks. I'm going to find out what is the most important things there, so that I don't have 100 things in each one of these chunks. I want to take the top 20% that will give me 80% of the stuff done. And then the next thing is going to help you with how you do that. So each one is put into a chunk. Got like 4 or 5 chunks. Does everybody understand how chunking works? Hello? Okay.
We're taking like activities or like types of things based
Chunk
on,
'em. So business would be one, working out and stuff might be personal, and then you would have your kids be another. You know, that those are the things.
Right.
Because some of this stuff is going to get into leverage. You don't have to do it. Somebody else can do it. So that's going to be the next one, which is going to be complete and achieve. Okay, it's complete and achieve, okay? So what you're going to do is, now that you've got all of these in chunks, that's the RPM, you're going to mark which ones are the top 20%. So if you have 10 in here, which are the top ones that need to be done first? And then you're going to look at, not delegation. You don't delegate anything. You leverage it. So let's say you have a short sale and you really want to do the deal, but you're not really sure how to do it. So it's going to take a lot of your time because you don't know what you're doing, but you want to learn it. So you don't delegate it to somebody else. You leverage it. If somebody's got something in the game with you, they're going to take better care of it. So you have kids here, and they need to be picked up and dropped off. But there's other people that have kids there that need to be picked up and dropped off. So you don't ask somebody to go pick up your kid, because if they don't make it or don't do it, then you're going to be upset. So that's going to leave you in a state of stress because you're worried, did they do it? But if you put a carpool together with like people that have the same thing in the game, you know that they're going to take care of it. So what you want to do is find leverage with the other 80% that is in your chunking. So you can get somebody else to help you take care of the things that are driving you insane. Does that make sense? Okay? You don't have to do everything. And then get somebody who loves what they're doing. If they love it, let them do it. Okay, if I could tell you, I can get you an extra couple hours in a day, what would you do with it? What would you do with it? Seriously. I imagine you can think of all kinds of things to do with an extra couple hours. Well, when you start chunking things and seeing where you can star the ones that are the most important and do those first, and leveraging the rest, you're going to find you have a lot of time. And the best example of how you can use your time, which I always find is interesting. Have you ever noticed that when you're going on vacation and you've got this huge list of to-do, that you get everything done? And if every time you were going, you could think every day, if I could go on vacation every day, I'd get everything done. And the reason is because you're subconsciously chunking, and you're also delegating or leveraging, and you're getting everything done so that you can have the time to do what you need to do. It's true. So why not do it for yourself on a daily basis? And the thing is it doesn't have to be done on a daily basis. Start with a week. What do I need for this week? And then you have two sets. One is blocks, and one is schedules. The things that are in your schedules do not get moved, because those are appointments that you've set. Unless you make a phone call to change those are not movable. But the things that you blocked in, those can be moved around. Now I'm giving you all this now, but I've also got samples for you, and also samples of other people, including Tony Robbins, who has shown what he's done, so that you can have a real good idea when you're doing your homework as to what to do. So that you would complete and you would leverage and achieve. And then after that, the last thing, after you've done all of that, okay, everybody understand how the 5 C's are? Capture, create RPM, do your chunking, and then complete it. Got it all done. Who you're going to assign whatever to get it done. mark off your 20%. And then the fifth thing that most people do not do, and it is one of the most important things, is to celebrate. Write in your journal your success. Go and have fun. Celebrate your enjoyment of your success. People forget to enjoy. And when you journal it, then you can look back at all these wonderful things that have happened in your life. It's so exciting. So that is pretty much most of that. I wanted to do, oh yeah, there's a little thing that I'll be giving you that's an exercise. And I just want to explain how it works. This takes a little bit longer in the beginning doing RPM, but once you learn how to do it, you're going to find that your life, you're getting 2/3 more of your life back because you're not getting yourself worked up over every little thing that's going on. And you can put aside your to-do list because now you've got everything chunked to where you know what is being done, and your life just gets better. So here's a little exercise you can do with a friend or with somebody else. It's really kind of fun. As you take and you write your name in handwriting, cursive, write your name, and then have them time you how long it took you to write your name. Now, then have them do it. Then now I want you to write your name, only this time write every other letter. Okay? It's going to take a little bit longer because you're going to think about it. And then you're going to do that about 10 times. And you're going to find that after about the 10th time, you got it down so fast. Well, that's how this works. Once you learn the system, it goes so fast. And by the way, my name is Ada, without the A-L and the E-X. You get this down so fast that you'll be able to quit thinking, and it's automatic. It's an automatic system. This is how Tony Robbins gets things done. When he meets with his staff and they say, we have to have a meeting, the first thing he says, okay, great. What's the outcome? What do you want? He just does saying, what do you want? What is the results you want? Now, also in the paperwork that I've given you is this here, which I don't want to take too much more time, but it's really important, that you'll find, and I've got writing all over mine, but you'll find is what is your focus on in your life? And the urgent, not important, the not urgent, not important, and the zone where you want to live is in the zone. So you could be in a conference with someone and your cell phone goes off. It's urgent, not important, because it's more important that you connect with the person that you're with. So this is a lot of stress stuff that can be relieved because you need to decide what's important. Now, urgent, important would be if you got a phone call from the school and your child's broke their arm. You need to go now. So you need to decide what are the urgents, importance, and what the not urgents and importance are, and where the zone is for you. What is your focus? What is your zone? So that is in there. And then also I have included a couple of things here that I want to go over real quick. I'm going to turn pages. Okay, this is always a fun one. The Wheel of Life, and where are you, so that you can get your vision and your focus. Where are you in your Wheel of Life? So that's your career, your physical, your emotional, financial, family, and spiritual. And then do it for yourself. And then do this once a month, if not once a week, and see where you're getting some. So like you might be really spiritual, but financially you're broke. So maybe you need to boost the financial a little bit more. Or maybe you're so busy in financial that your family is at zero. So you really need to help get that straightened out because you don't want it to look like this. Okay? This is a sample of what it would look like. All right. And then I have areas of managements in here and personal examples of other people, of what you need to do, and your categories, your personal categories. Yeah, oh, she can hand them out now, yes. And then with the other one, it's business mastery. So what you want to have in your life is physical power, get yourself in shape. You want to have a kick butt kick butt attitude, like I can do anything. I want to be an Adana, okay? And my energy, dynamic, and go skiing. So with all of this stuff here, I want to do one little exercise with you, which I'm going to ask you to stand up because I want to help you get your vision. All right? Everybody stand up. You're still working with me?
I am.
Okay, come on. All right. So, emotion on matter, the things that matter to you. See, I want you to do a closed eyes, all right? Everybody okay? You good? You good? You good? I want everybody to close their eyes, and I want you to think about all the things you got to get done. I mean, really, think about all the, play with me, come on. Close your eyes, think to yourself, all the things that are on your to-do list that you got to get done. You got to do errands, you got to do door knocking, you got to do this, you got to make phone calls, you got to pay bills. Think about all the things that you need to get done. Close your eyes. Play with me. All right, close your eyes. Everybody, come on. Close your eyes. Think about all those things you got to do. Do you get excited when you think about this? No, of course not. Okay, don't think about your to-do list, but now think one thing that matters to you. One thing. Think of the one specific thing that you want to create right now. Think about it. Think of the result you really want if you could achieve this result. If it would really exist. Now, get a picture of a feeling. How does it feel? Now take that picture in your mind and make it bright. Make it really bright. Take the picture, make it really, really bright. Brighter. Make it really bright. Does it get better or worse?
It gets better.
Okay, for most people, you probably gets better. Now, if you're thinking about it right now, how does it feel better than your to-do list? Think in your mind how it feels better. Now think about your plan, how you're going to get there. Even better, why you want to get there. What would it give you? Why do you really want this outcome? Get juiced. Why do you really want it? Get excited about it. Come up with the first thing that pops in your head. You don't have to be perfect. Just whatever excites you. Find the reason, the results, to see the picture again. Whatever reasons or results that helps you see that picture again. Now take that image, okay, you still with me? Take that image and make it dim and dark. Make it smaller and smaller and smaller. How does it feel? Not quite as good. Now take that small image and push it further and further away, where you can barely see how it does. Feel it now. It's not good. Is it possible in your life that you make things dim and dark and small and you don't think about them very much? Not even in the past, in your focus, you don't get inspired, or you feel it's far away. You make it dissolve. You give it no action. Now repeat after me. Something to think about. Okay, something to think about. Now, not only are you depressed, but make it big again. Make it big again. Okay, I want you to take the same thought and make it big again. Make it in color. Make it in a movie. Make it a movie. Bring it closer. Step into the movie. You are there. It is happening, and you are celebrating. You are so celebrating. the victory of your achievement, you are there. Breathe the way you would breathe when you're there. Breathe it. Experience. Make the image even brighter. Bigger than it was before. Bring it even closer. Say the sound in your mind. Feel it in your body. Feel the excitement. It feels even better than it did the first time. Now you feel like even going for it. You feel like going for it?
You bet.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes. How does it feel to focus on your outcome instead of your to-do list?
Feels nice.
When you think about the outcome of what you want and not your to-do list, you can make it happen. Okay, open your eyes. So, open your eyes, and the questions are, what are you really happy about and excited about? What really excites you? Okay? What could be excited about if I could think I could do anything? Could you feel it? What's stopping you? The only thing stopping you is you. So that's homework is, what are you really proud of? I've got them in the paperwork, you can see that. What are you really proud about right now? Or what could you be proud about? What are you grateful for, or what could you be grateful for? Who do you love, and who loves you? Those are powerful questions. And in your vision there, it will help you get to your visions. And I have a question for all of you, because I do work with the Tony Robbins Group, volunteer with the Tony Robbins Group. I have 3 books here. One is Business Mastery, one is Date with Destiny, and one is Wealth Mastery. Okay? And what I'd like to do for the office, because I've given these out before, and these like Business Mastery, those people pay $30,000 for this. All right? They do. They pay $30,000 to go to Business Mastery, and then they break it down to like it's about $15,000. So $15,000 is what this book costs, because that's what you'd have to pay to go to the course. This one here is about $6,000, and this teaches you stock market and all different kinds of things. And this one here is completely life-changing, and it's about $6,000. I can get you cheaper, but that's okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I've talked to Stuart about it. Is John F. Kennedy once said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what can you do for your country?" And I'm going to ask you with outcome, RPM, outcome, purpose, massive action, is don't ask what your office can do for you, but what can you do for the office?
Yes.
What can you give suggestions as to how can we make it better? That isn't saying that it's bad at all. It's saying implied, how can we make it grow even more? And what I'd like to do is with the managers, have managers meeting, we'll go through the different suggestions of how we can make this a powerful office. Because I'll tell you my outcome, my purpose is to make this such a dynamic office that people would almost pay to come to this office because it's so dynamite. That's my outcome. But I would like to have somebody here who is focused, has a vision. Share your visions, because the office grows with your help. All right, it's not mandatory, it's just that I would like to give these away, but I want to give them to somebody who really, really has a vision and really wants to see things happen.
I think
Okay?
it's incredibly generous of you. We thank you. I have the Business Mastery one, and I open one page, and it takes me like, I mean, it's a lot of information, and it is awesome. And I would hope when you come back from your vacation, we'd love to do little groups of 5 and do some mentoring.
Absolutely.
With just a piece at a time, because it is just really amazing what you know, Alexandra, and what you can teach.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So
Thank you for
thank you.
coming.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Alexandra.
You're welcome.
All right. So, let's go sell real estate. Thank you, everyone.
Be positive.